What is going on? It's Devin here at Idol.Identifiers, breaking down episode 4 of season 2 of Survivor Wisconsin, Cabin Fever. What an epic episode again. Maybe it didn't beat episode 3, but that's alright. Episode 4 was pretty damn good. We saw a Redemption Island duel, the last one of the season. We saw a fun challenge in handball. We saw the person eliminated in the duel go out there, and then we saw another person go out there and end the episode, leaving 7 people heading into episode 5. We're going to break it all down for you guys. If you haven't watched yet, go watch it here. It should be the most recent video besides this one. But yeah, let's dive into it. Spoilers are ahead, so if you haven't watched yet, get at it and watch it. So, I am joined by my co-host. I'm joined by my co-host, Rich Dog Richie, with the tank, looking good with the Wolfpack Tribe. With the Wolfpack Tribe headband. How we doing?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. What'd you think of the episode?
I definitely thought it was a really good episode. Definitely a lot of interesting comments I'm going to have to say when we talk about who gets out and what and where. So,
yeah. So, we, start off with the episode of the Wolfpack Tribe, breaking down the crazy tribal that ended in episode 3. And Jasper, Emma, and Dakota are kind of at awe. They're kind of still giving shots at each other. They still clearly are kind of on edge after that crazy tribal, which I completely get. Dakota and Emma kind of say where they went for him because of his attitude in the tug of war challenge, which I'm sure was something else too, because they wanted to keep their original guy, Matt. But unfortunately, that's how it goes. So then we get a Redemption Island duel between Kyle Wilson and Matt. And, it was not very close. We thought, it seemed like the entire room there was rooting for Kyle Wilson to lose, to be eliminated. But, unfortunately, Kyle Wilson was victorious, leaving the second person officially out of the game. Let's let him in here. It's Mr. Matt Assman, officially the second person out of the game. Lost the duel to Kyle Wilson. Matt, what the hell's going on?
So, yeah. Can I retract or go back a couple steps to when we were up in the island? So, I get voted out. It wasn't pretty. And Devin says the best words ever. You're not done yet. I'm like, ooh. And then I'm up there with Kyle Wilson, who I'm going to get to in a little bit. And we're watching everything unfold. And they're setting up Pong, and he goes, I don't even know what Pong is. And I'm like, okay. I like where this is going. I think I got a good shot here. We get to the challenge. And for all my college basketball lovers out there, this was like UMBC beating Virginia. It's just never going to happen again. It was brutal. I can't believe I lost to a complete, utter clown in the fashion that I did. I mean, it was brutal.
Hey, Matt, I feel bad. Oh, wait, no, I don't.
I did hit Richie with that. I don't feel bad.
You deserve that.
I don't feel bad.
I'm kidding.
I don't feel bad for anyone when they get out.
Yeah, I mean,
that's just me.
It was
no. You did get out in a shitty way. I'll say that you did get screwed. I will at least be nice and say that you got fucked. So
yeah, the first time, second time that was on me. Joke, but first time I'm
awful at Pong.
I will say, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said, "Hey, throw my name in." Probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
but in the long run, it wouldn't have mattered. Everyone played their idol, I would have lost. Yeah. But still, even if if Emma didn't play her idol or Dakota didn't play her idol, maybe, and I said someone else's name, who knows? But
I wanted to ask about that. Why did you throw your name out? Was it to get trust with the girls, or was it to something random?
It was more of a trust thing because I know Dakota kept saying I don't know, if I can trust him, going back to season 1 of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
We kind of had we went out on a bad foot, so I wanted to get our trust back, knowing that I wanted to actually team up with Dakota this time.
Yeah.
And I think it was just more like a trust thing. And then in the long run, played the idol. And I mean, and that was the moment too where we all voted for Jasper. And I was like, okay, they actually trust me. Like they know I'm not going to pull any like funny business on them moving forward. And then I got voted out, so couldn't. And I do think, I really do think that moment where we all voted for him, and I think if Jasper didn't play that idol, I think me, Emma, and Dakota would have made it all the way. I think we were going to go pretty dang far together.
I was going to ask too. Then, what was your thoughts on watching the episodes now? Kind of the talk behind it. What did you think about Jasper's reasoning for voting for you over Dakota or Emma? What did you think of that? Because I thought it was a little bit of a weird concept, just because you were apparently coming off quiet to him.
Yeah, I didn't understand that at all. I was a little confused by that. Yeah, I didn't really like reach out to him much, so I think he probably thought I was gonna go for him. Like I was a target, so that's also kind of my fault. I really didn't like try and talk to him, I guess. But yeah, it was still like a weird way to like vote someone out, I guess. Just like the way that he did it, and like the way he like approached us too was a little different. Like he immediately came in firing at Dakota like right away, like do you have the idol? He's like, I know you have it. I mean, Dakota.
She got really
in this moment. Yeah, in this episode too, I was watching it. Obviously, I wasn't playing. I couldn't comment. I couldn't do anything at this time. And when Jasper says, like, hey, like, watch out. Like, I know if you guys are going to be lying, I have this advantage. I don't know why Dakota, Emma, didn't vote Jasper out. Like, I didn't understand that at all. That one made no sense to me. Love you, Dakota. You're the best. But that was a little questioning.
We'll get to that.
It was funny to see Kyle Wilson go 3 times in a row because that dude is just
yeah, he was definitely pretty mad, and he kind of was a bit of a douchebag, I'll be honest, a little bit. I mean, not to me, obviously, but from what I was seeing. But yeah, I mean, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, Jasper, used a scare tactic on Emma and Dakota, and ultimately we saw what the advantage was, which was a powerful one, seeing somebody's vote after they vote. But at the same time, if they would have just voted for Jasper, he would have been out. He couldn't have done anything about it. And
exactly.
I actually was texting Dakota here during the episode, and she said, yeah, he got us there. He definitely kind of scared us and kind of spooked us, so we just kind of went for it. And even Dakota, pretty experienced player, still can get, trapped into a little situation there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I said before, you got out in a really shitty way, and Kyle's attitude throughout the entire thing was very, and I just want to bring this up, too, because this is something that we talked about in the past, where Kyle kept telling everyone on my tribe, he's all like, oh, when I did Survivor Cincy, I won the most challenges. I'm like the best at challenges, dude. Like, I'm better than everyone else. No, I don't know how much he told you guys, but he did really bad in a lot of the challenges. He went 7 for 19. He was not that good. He got
and when he was right when he got voted out, when he gave Hunter his torch, he goes, "Oh, I can't trust anyone, dude. That's the game. Like, what are we doing here? That's the game."
He played 3 times with SNC, and he won his 3rd time. And the only reason he won that season is because he got back in the game from a comeback. Honestly, all respect to Kyle, because, at SNC, I would say he was a lot better than what he showed this season, in my opinion, at least. Just maybe because I got to see more. But, it was just kind of a hard watch, because, just seeing everything going on with Kyle, it just kind of this is not how we played in the past. So it's just kind of damn, dude. But, I mean, also his 3 seasons were month to month to month, back to back to back. So it's probably that too.
So let's kind of dive back into the episode a little bit. So right after Matt unfortunately loses the duel, Kyle Wilson then joins the Wolfpack tribe. And Matt, that's what you would have joined back with the Wolfpack tribe if you would have won.
It would have been over. It would have been over. And dude, literally, if I just would have won that challenge, because Sam was on the other tribe, he couldn't have convinced Dakota or Emma or otherwise. I had that literally in the bag if I just won that challenge. Jasper would have been out. And never mind. I'm not gonna say anything else.
Yeah.
Jasper would have been out, and it would have been us 3, and who knows.
It
If
was
it makes you feel any better, I'm bad at Pong too, so like don't beat yourself that badly over
That's
it.
real.
Because like no, if you feel bad, just watch fans versus favorites, the Pong challenge, and you'll feel a lot better about yourself because we all suck ass.
Okay.
I will say I mean, at least me and Christian, like, kind of behind the scenes, helping run stuff. Like, we were so pissed when you guys were the first two, like, officially out, because, I mean, no offense to the rest of the cast, but you guys definitely have, like, two of the bigger personalities in the season, which is always entertaining to watch, and it sucked. I mean, Richie really didn't get a shot. I mean, he got out really quick and lost his challenge really quick. Matt was at least in there winning challenges and stuff, but at the same time, like, I knew I knew Jasper was going to play as idol, and I knew you were going to be out because I knew he was going to vote for you, Matt. But I thought maybe for an instant that, like, when Emma just stood up, I was like, is she going to play it for Matt? And Dakota's out. But
That was so cool.
But at the same, it sucks. I mean, we'll dive in a little episode, and then I want to get back to you two guys. But so
Yeah.
the handball challenge then goes down, and it was a fun challenge to watch. It was a little aggressive. I liked it, and so basically the Wolfpack tribe loses again, and the Grizzly Bear tribe's on a little win streak, winning 2 in a row, and they win 2-0. Arthur and Dolphin Sam beasting up. So then we kind of just talked to Grizzly Bear tribe. Nothing really happens there, just some fun interviews. They're kind of thinking something's on the horizon, which we'll see in episode 5 if there is something on the horizon. But then nothing really happens at the Grizzly Bear tribe. You know, Dolphin Sam's just trying to get some insight since he's kind of joining there. And he said he gets word that 2 idols were played. I don't know if he heard what actually happened because 3 idols were played, so maybe he misheard some information. But nothing really too important happens there. So now let's get to the damn dessert of this episode, which was the Wolfpack tribe. And, you know, they're told that an idol was re-hidden because 3 idols were played. So, like, there's idols hidden. And at the time, it looks like they're all looking around, and Dakota does find it, getting her second one in the game. She only holds 1, though. And Kyle Wilson sees her grab it and literally says, "Did you find it?" And you kind of see some conversations of Emma, Dakota, and Kyle saying we should go for Jasper. And they even bring up, since they might have finally learned their lesson, since they all put all their votes on Jasper, that, okay, why don't we put 2 on Jasper, and the other person votes with Jasper for the first round. So then, if it's on the tie, on the revote, we can just vote Jasper out. Pretty simple. But all of a sudden, Jasper pulls a scare tactic on these ladies. Mainly, I would say Dakota more than Emma. Says, yeah, well, I have this advantage I found down there. Like, it's going to be able to test if you're with me or not. Which immediately kind of starts throwing their plans out the window. Go ahead, Richie. I see you raising your hand.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, like, when they were talking about splitting the votes, I'm pretty sure they had this conversation with Kyle before they actually, like, heard Jasper's advantage. And I was just kind of watching, like, why would you tell Kyle you're going to split the votes? Because back in my mind, I'm thinking, like, the only logical person, because the 2 girls at the time just looked like they weren't going to separate. And it was just kind of like, why would they tell the other person they'd split the votes on that they're going to split the votes? Because naturally that's going to lead someone to think, like, okay, 4-person tribe, these 2 aren't going to break up. Who else are they going to split the votes on? You know, I just kind of thought that was strategically a weird decision. So I was just kind of watching it, like, why are you telling Kyle if you might split the votes on him? You know, but then Jasper's thing happens, and oh my god, like, Jasper's a lot to unpack this episode. Like, I love the kid, but, like, holy shit, like, I don't know how he does this every single round.
We'll talk about him.
Yeah.
I just want to, like, wrap up what kind of happens the rest of the episode. So, essentially, like, that last second thing Jasper says kind of, you know, frightens Dakota and Emma a little bit that, like, well, what the hell does he have? Like, I don't want to get out because of this. So they all end up voting for Kyle Wilson, 3-1. Kyle Wilson votes for Jasper. And Jasper does use his vote detective advantage, first time we ever had it. And he got to see Emma's vote after she already voted. And he sees that she voted with him. But at the same time, if Emma and Dakota voted Jasper out, if they either split the vote or if they just went 3-1 Jasper and Jasper saw Emma's vote before he voted that it was his name, there's nothing he could have done about it. Like, that's all the advantage is. He could have been like, oh, well, she's not on my side going forward. But then he would have been out of the game right then and there. So that kind of wraps it up. And then Kyle Wilson's out for the third time. Was pretty damn pissed on his way out. I understand he didn't know a lot of people there, but some people. I mean,
He knew me.
He knew you, and he was a very social guy. It was easy to talk to. I felt like, but like Dakota says, towards after that he gets out, we show Wolfpack, the three of them talking, and Dakota kind of says, "Well, I just didn't really like his attitude, and I feel like, if you're getting voted off 3 times, there's a reason why." And you just kept saying everybody's a liar, and he didn't really change his strategy or gameplay. I mean, he just kind of went for it. I guess he really couldn't have done anything else. It is really tough on small tribes like that, so it is really dynamic to watch. It's fun to watch. It's way different than normal because tribes usually don't get down to 3 people. So I understand it's definitely a little bit more difficult, but man, so Kyle Wilson, officially the third person out of the game. Not really the best of friends with the guy. Don't really know him personally, so I don't know if he'll be joining us on this podcast anytime soon. But
yeah, I'll say it. He was the most unlikable player I've ever seen go through the show, and there's no one even a close second.
Did you watch Survivor SMC? There's probably a couple unlikable worse on there.
We're talking about our Survivor, Richie. Come on.
No, I know. I was making a joke.
Yeah, he definitely.
But yeah, it's like
he definitely didn't represent your Survivor Richie in the best light. I'll say.
Yeah, I'll say it this way: Kyle is strategically, I would definitely say Kyle's a good player. I think just this season, obviously, probably wasn't the best showing, and I don't want to defend his game or go back and forth with it. It's I think a part of it definitely had to do with the smaller tribes.
Yeah.
And another part of it just kind of had to do with social dynamics going on in the game, and it kind of also brings up the point. It's if you get voted off 3 times for similar reasons, you should probably be doing something to at least change it up a bit. But if we ever do bring back more Survivor SMC people, I can guarantee you they won't be as bitter as Kyle. So I'll just keep it like that. When he's talking about why to do challenges, he was the same exact way at SMC2 with that. And there was one season he actually got voted off first and didn't come back into the game. And he was just so mad because he didn't get to break the record. And then he was mad at Lizzie Hale, I still know how to say her last name, but because she broke the record for challenge wins in the season, and he was a little salty with her at the finals because she was a huge reason he got out first, and just it was a funny interaction with that, but
so yeah, it sounds like in your universe Survivor and our universe Kyle Wilson doesn't handle getting voted off the best, which most people don't, but 3 times is a lot.
And I was gonna say, remember when I lost in Pong, and this was on the episode, but I threw my bandana up in the air, and he called me a sore loser. I don't know if you guys heard that.
I actually don't even, honestly, when I was editing,
I don't even remember that, but I probably didn't hear it, because I hear shit.
So I think Christian was near me. He called me a sore loser. I threw my bandana up in the air for him to catch it.
Yeah.
And he didn't fucking catch it. He dropped it, and he called me a sore loser. And it just bit him right in the ass. When he just stormed out when he lost, it was just...
Yeah, you'll see in the beginning of episode 5, we might do a little cut to him leaving in his car because these two guys stayed. Richie helped filming. Matt stuck around for a while. They're welcome to stay as long as you're not talking game with any people still alive. And that guy bolted out quick. I get it. He doesn't know a lot of people there, but like Hunter said in the beginning, he said a lot of this obviously don't take it too seriously. It is a game, and you do want to win. And it is for a good amount of money. This, it's not compared to some other seasons, but Hunter said he met a lot of good people and a lot of friends through it, and I feel like Kyle Wilson didn't really kind of close the door. Kyle Shield kind of was being a little asshole to him, which I fucking liked. It was funny.
I know, I like that.
But it was heartfelt. It wasn't too serious. It was kind of fun games.
Their little rivalry was honestly kind of adorable compared to other rivalries I've seen in the past.
Yeah,
Kyle, you don't think Kyle would have a rival in that sense, but it's Kyle. It's Kyle Shield. How can you not love the dude? It's Kyle.
It's true.
Shield.
I know, and he was even getting mad with him. It's dude, how can you get mad at Kyle because he turned on you?
You can't. Kyle voted me out once or twice, and I'm not even mad at him for it. It's Kyle. Actually, I think he might have actually just texted me too, so it's actually funny. Funny timing.
So yeah, I mean, we can talk there about the Wolfpack tribe kind of dynamics. If you guys both, I mean, this is up to you. I want you guys to more talk about this than me because I obviously saw it too. But just kind of like Dakota, Emma, and Jasper's thought process through that vote, through their strategizing and stuff. I mean, whatever you guys want to talk about, any of three of them, go ahead. I mean,
yeah, I'll just say like right when obviously I had an alliance going with Emma and Dakota, and my reasoning behind that was I knew from the get go they were going to be really tight together, being the only two females on the tribe,
yeah,
and in the whole game in general,
and they're good friends,
and knowing that they are friends, in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm going to try and become like friends with them. It's a good alliance. Don't want to get on their bad side because I know that's just 2 votes versus me right away.
It's true.
And I just didn't want to ever leave that, and I thought their vote. I didn't agree. Obviously, I already said it. I didn't know what they were thinking in that last vote that we watched, voting Kyle Wilson out. Yeah, no one likes Kyle Wilson, but in the long run, it's better to keep him in the game than Jasper, knowing he's an easy out next.
And he does seem like he's a loyal guy. Like he would have maybe voted with them. Like
he had no other option. He was like
because
he was fighting for his life.
He would have had 2 people actually vote with him the first time ever. That would have been a nice guy to just have with you the rest of the way. I know he could have won on a challenge run, so he's a decent challenge player, like he says. But at the same time, I mean, regardless, like if he gets to the end, like is he really gonna win? I mean, sorry, but
yeah, exactly. And I wasn't a fan of, it was the previous episode, but Jasper, going in tug of war twice. I mean, he got his ass kicked the first time. I didn't know what.
Yeah, and Dakota dominated
he got
Kyle.
dragged.
Dakota easily could have just picked Kyle, and we would have been decently fine.
Yeah, I mean,
no offense to Kyle, I love Kyle, but
yeah, Dakota probably
would beat him.
Because so basically, like, it maybe wasn't as clear in the episode, but everybody had to go once. So there's 4 in each tribe, and we let like the 2 tribe with the girls go second so that they could match up. But after that, anybody could go in the entire tribe. And they had Dolphin Sam go because he just dominated Jasper, and Jasper just got dominated, and he goes again. And instead of like maybe having Dakota give a shot, he didn't really. I mean, you were there, Matt. It wasn't really caught on camera. So, like, did you guys try to discuss it, or he just went right away?
He didn't say a word. He just goes, "I'm going again."
And then he kind of goes on to complain about his shoe grip too for a little bit after that.
Yeah, he was telling me like, "Oh, if I would have brought spikes," I was like, "Dude, none of us have spikes." I was like, "Dude, literally none of us have cleats. Like, this is an even playing field for everyone. Like,
it is.
You just got beat."
It is fun to watch though. Like I do like enjoy watching Jasper play because it's like it is like cool to see somebody else playing and like different opinion. Obviously, I'm not agreeing with all the moves he's making and kind of handling that situation, but it's fun to see someone play for the first time because it's not easy. And I mean, I know we told Jasper how it worked, but I mean, you're not really gonna know until you're actually in the damn game playing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like it's so much fun, like playing your first time. But especially in a smaller cast, too, it's going to be overwhelming because when most of the cast has been returning from some form of the game and there's only like 3 pure newbies entering the game and you're one of them, like that's a little overwhelming, too. And like, I don't know if Matt can speak too much on this because he was 1 of 5 last season in the cast of 16, but it was still like a bigger cast. Like you had more room to breathe than this time, but like,
there's pros and cons to it.
Exactly, yeah. There are pros and cons to it, and it's very fun, but it's definitely overwhelming when it's that tiny of a group, you know, like Targaryen tribe in Winter War, where it was like essentially 1 of 5 chance of you going home if you lost a challenge. It's like that's overwhelming too. It's just kind of like the smaller the tribe is, the less room there is to hide. I know we said that way earlier in one of our other recaps, but
yeah.
It's less room to hide, and it's definitely scarier in the game. So it's like, you can't blame Jasper for playing a little back and forth, but at the same time, it's like, I wouldn't really say he's playing to, like, Cody Conroy level.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, what were you going to say, Richie, earlier? You said, you have a lot to unload with Jasper, like, your thoughts about what's been going on to this point.
Oh, yeah, no, I just meant, like, in general, for all of us, like, unpack with, like, Jasper's game in general is what I meant.
Yeah, so go ahead.
I kind of, yeah. Like Jasper, I definitely think at this point, not spoiling anything for the future episodes, but like, up to this point, Jasper is very chaotic, I think is the best word to say. Like, not the new master of chaos, but he's definitely like showing that he can like,
Go ahead.
He's definitely like being a little more chaotic than he may think he is, or at least he's stirring up chaos. Like, and I just want to say, my favorite moment from him so far is when they're like, "Where did he find the idol?" He's like, "Oh, is that a bird over there? That looks so cool." And he just wanders off like 5 feet from his tribe to try to talk to him. Like, I think I kind of said this last episode, but like him doing stuff like that is why I love that we had him on this season. Just like little things like that.
Yeah.
Like little moments where like he'll just go off, like, and just go off topic or go do something random. Like last episode too, where Emma's trying to talk to him about voting. I think it's when they told Jasper to throw Matt's name under the bus, and Jasper goes in this long tangent about how, like, oh, my shoes were slippery. They were really bad. And I'm just kind of like, Jasper, she's trying to talk to you. Like, it was funny, but it was just kind of like, if I, like, was just guessing right now, I'm not sure if I would think Jasper would be going to the end. But, you know, you never know in this game. So.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely is playing a little bit of a villain role, which I ain't going to hate that. So. Anything else you guys really want to talk about that episode before I want to talk about you two guys again?
Nothing that I can think of. I mean, other than... Actually, no, yeah, I was going to make another challenge joke about Kyle Wilson, but I'll just kind of leave it on the table and just say that he, third most challenges, but he's also tied. So he... decent, but not that best. So you can go on.
Yeah, so I mean, 2 seasons in a row, you guys play... Both get out kind of early, and you guys are kind of obviously this time around. You guys were on the same tribe, but you guys are kind of at each other's throats in the game a little bit. Does it maybe need to turn around a different season? You guys might need to work together and see if you guys can make it like to the merge at least.
I will say, Richie. If there is a future season in place, I wouldn't be opposed. Maybe teaming up with the Rich Dog. Maybe.
I mean, I've thought about it too. It's not like I've never thought about working with you. Like, honestly, the only reason I even went for you in Wisconsin 1 was because first vote, and your name was the only one that was thrown out to me too. So you can thank the girls for that.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, like, I've always thought about it too. It's like if we were, because I was literally hoping that we were going to be in the same tribe. Like when we got separated, I looked over at you guys and I'm like, all my friends are on that tribe. Sam's there, Matt's there, Dakota's there.
Kyle.
Etc. Thank you. I'm so bad with names today. Holy shit. Kyle's there. Kyle Shield. And I'm just kind of looking over. I'm like, all my friends are over there.
Well, Richie.
I'm here in this tribe with no one I know.
Not to cut you off, but I mean, Matt, just tell it how it is. Like, what if Richie was on that tribe instead of like one of the 4 of them? Would you guys
Actually, yeah, I do want to hear this.
Like, we would have voted you off.
That's what I was trying to tell you, Richie. I mean,
okay, would I have been voted off first though, or would I at least have had a small chance?
I guess
like would have had more of a chance.
I think it would have been unanimous. I don't even know if we would have needed to talk to each other. It would have been just everyone knows what to do.
Damn.
My heart.
I know, and again though, like we wanted to save Richie for a different season. I mean, I'm glad he was able to play, even though it was a short-lived time because some people backed out, so we had to get some last-minute subs. But
yeah, I think it would have been more fun for Richie to be in 3 than back to back. You could have like a grand old entrance in a 3, and who knows?
Yeah, I'll say this: Matt and Richie will not be asked for 3, no matter what happens. We need. I want to watch.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
That's fine. I need a break. We need a break. Me and Richie, we need a break together.
You need a break. Yeah, we probably do need a break.
No, I love. I would have like. There's certain people I would love to have on every single season, but we're trying to get some new face in season 3. Maybe it's going to be an entire new person cast. I'm not even sure yet.
That'd be awesome.
But maybe season 4 or 5, we'll get Rich Dog and Matt together. Maybe the same season, maybe not. I don't know. Might have to get the arc of you guys together continuing in Survivor Wisconsin. But
Jerry and Colby.
I kind of like the rivalry though. I mean, I saw Matt barking a lot in this season. Was that a little shot at Rich Dog, or was that a little Wolfpack too?
It was majority Wolfpack, but I mean sometimes I was barking at Richie. I mean. I'm just letting him know I'm here. Like, he needs to know in the back of his head, like, hey, Matt's here. Like,
Oh, I
what's
knew
up?
you were there. Did you know I was
Yeah.
there? I don't think so.
Well, you got voted out first. So
But yeah, that's true. I was about to say that's true. That's why I said that comment.
I mean, it is crazy because we did do Redemption Island a couple times. So I mean, Matt was the second one actually eliminated, but he was like, were you like the fourth one actually voted off because it was Kyle two
Yeah,
times in a
because
row.
it was
Me, then Kyle.
Yeah,
And Kyle.
Richie,
And then Kyle,
Matt.
then Kyle got back in. Kyle Wilson gets voted off again, and then you got voted off. So
yeah, Richie.
I mean,
Kyle,
I think you
Kyle,
got like
Matt.
one more round than you did last time, though, technically. So I mean, you made it a little further.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because I mean, I hate seeing people go out, but at least like you guys did get an opportunity to try to come back in the game, and unfortunately, it just didn't work out. But I'm glad that opportunity was still there. I mean, anything else you guys really want to talk about together? I mean, this is the Rich Dog Matt show right now. Go ahead, take over, talk about what your plan is if you do play again together, if Richie's just going to be better and just go for Matt right away, or vice versa.
I can so see that. I can literally see it coming from a mile away. I literally, if we were on the same tribe, I think.
Well, you really don't know me that well, so I mean, you don't know anything I would be thinking about doing. So
I know you'd vote me out first because of
the first 2
seasons. So I do think I could get more people to vote for you, but I know like there would be like there'd be like 2 votes for Matt, and then it'd be like 6 Richie, and Richie's gone.
You know, you're just burning yourself for a future season. You know that I was actually thinking of working with you, but I'm not sure.
I'm that dog.
Yeah, that dog's gonna be spaded in about a half hour, isn't he?
Whoa! I don't know if you saw in one of our other breakdowns, Matt, or not. I'm not sure if you watched it, but I think Richie made some comment about a physical challenge throwing you to the ground or something. I thought he said.
Wait, what?
No, I said in one of the podcasts, you're like, oh, I wish I had a physical challenge against Matt. I was like, Richie,
I don't remember that.
Richie, I don't think you want that, Richie.
Whoa, scary.
Let's go, bitch.
Richie, I don't think you want that. I don't think you want that, Richie.
Do you know what you want, Matt?
No, I don't. I don't want
it. Yeah, you don't. Okay. But, like, literally, no. Like, okay, I do want to say flat out, even though, like, your elimination was, like, historic or whatever, I still thought it was, like, a shitty way to go out.
I got out in a historic way. If I would have got out being normal, like, I mean, not Survivor Wisconsin season 1, because that wasn't historic, but I went to a revote. It wasn't like I got voted out like normally. Yeah. I went to a revote, but yeah, if I get voted out in a historical way, I'm fine with it. But I'm not saying I was fine with it, but
yeah,
it's more of a fun way to go out.
Right. I mean, like
that's like you were fine with making that comment saying you had to deal with me and your exit interview now that you were out.
Yeah, I did have to deal with it.
Even though I checked in on you when you looked depressed and upset, I checked in on you like 4 to 5 different times. I let you hang out with me when I filmed confessionals. I let you do all of that, and you made those little comments. I'm like, oh, okay, Matt. Okay.
So,
anything you want to say for that, Matt? Anything, Matthew?
No, I stand by it. I had to deal with you for the next 7 hours, and
you really came by me. You came to me. I was so mean. The Grizzly Bears innocently, like Little Red Riding Hood, and you come over and you're like...
To everyone watching, that this is the most false thing I think has ever been said. Richie would come up to me, try and talk to me. Richie, I don't want to hear that.
You didn't say that at all. No, you did not.
Well,
There's literally a clip of me recording them in the episode where I'm recording and you walked out with the immunity idol. And then you made a comment during, I think it was Kyle Shields' confessional when I'm filming it.
I walked in. I want to hear Kyle. I want to hear my boy Kyle talk. Shout out Kyle.
Yeah. I know.
At this point in the game, I will say, I already told the camera in my exit interview, is like, who do you want to win? Who do you want to see win? I stand by it. At this point in the episode, I want to see everyone from my first
original Wolfpack tribe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll add this to wrap up this because we only got a couple minutes left before this room closes, but one at a time. So first Matt to Richie and then Richie to Matt. So I want to say, Matt, what would you say is the reason why Richie's been getting out early in these 2 seasons? And then Richie, you're gonna say it to Matt, and you're gonna answer. So Matt, you're gonna answer to Richie why he's getting out early.
Oh.
We flip-flop it. Can Richie go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna let you go first and be nice. I mean, I feel like the reason you got voted off early, Wisconsin won. I don't know a lot still about it, but I know a big reason is that some people didn't see you as trustworthy. And Wisconsin won. Like I said, your name was like the only name that was thrown at me. Yours and Ness's, but I saw a majority of the names were going to you. And I was like, a majority of names are going to you right now. Like, why would I risk voting with everyone else and causing a tie? So, and then Wisconsin too, I honestly do want to say yours was a little bit just bad luck. Like, I hate saying bad luck, but it's kind of like, if all those idols and everything didn't come into play like that, I just kind of feel like, I don't know. I feel like you just kind of come off untrustworthy at times, like, and other times it's just a little bit of bad luck mixed inside of it. So, I don't think you've putting your name out there. I mean, doing to show trust, putting your name out there isn't a bad idea. But I think, like, in that small of a tribe, it's
I
very
regret
risky
doing it
like that. So
Yeah, I regret doing it.
yeah.
But again, it wouldn't have mattered.
Oh
but
yeah.
in the event that it did matter, I would regret it even. Rich, I think the reason you get voted out first, and I'll say it from this season. I mean, when you go up to your whole tribe and you say, "I'm so good at puzzles," and then you just flop at the puzzle.
That was my downfall.
Like,
I'll admit that.
I mean, that's the reason you got up this one. I mean,
yeah,
absolutely. You can't just go and be like, "Yeah, I'm so good at these puzzles," and then just fold. And then I don't even know how you got out in Survivor Wisconsin. How did you get voted out? Weren't you like the second?
Well,
no, I voted you out. Right.
Well, yeah, technically, yeah. What happened was that Vanessa, so me, Brienne, Dakota, and Ness told Vanessa like 5 different times vote Matt because, again, that was the only name me and Vanessa were told. I think you or someone else were talking to her, and for some reason, Vanessa randomly goes up and votes Dakota. Brienne, who I literally helped so much in the challenge, randomly flips on me to work with you guys for like 1 round or 2 or whatever. I don't know. And Brienne betrays me. Huh?
Me and Brienne, we were tight.
Okay, yeah, no, and like Brienne betrays me, even though I would have been more loyal to her in the end than some of. Well, I mean, I don't want to say you because obviously I don't know what you would have done if you made it further in the game with Brienne, but I feel like I would have been a lot more loyal to her than Adam and Connor would have been long term. But yeah,
season 1, I heard my name thrown around, and I was like, nope, not happening.
Yeah, no, that was literally only because of the fact that was the only name me and Vanessa were being told, and then Adam at the last second tells me Ness. But I'm just kind of like, at this point, my mindset is like, the girls are already going for Matt. That's already 4. That's 3 guys going for Ness. Why am I going to cause a tie and go to Rocks? Even though, like, I think my only mistake, I know for a fact one of my mistakes in Wisconsin was, like, I literally had a weird gut feeling to talk to Vanessa on her way to the voting booth. When I was going to tell her, to remind her of the vote. And I'm like, no, I'm just being too anxious. I need to just let it be. And that was definitely my downfall. So. But I probably wouldn't have suspected Brienne, so, all's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, too, with you, Richie, this season, is just that Grizzly Bear tribe just seemed like all those members just seemed like they were only valuing, like, performance and challenges as their strategy to get somebody out, which was an old school mentality of the real show. Like, that happened early on when there wasn't advantages to idol play, but that's what they went off of. And I feel like they just used it as an easy cop-out, like, yeah, Richie messed up with the puzzle, let's just get him out kind of thing, too.
I thought the exact same thing the whole season. That was that whole tribe.
Yeah, because even when Jasper came over to the Wolfpack tribe with you, Matt, he was saying, like, what's your guys' strengths and weaknesses and challenges? Like,
yeah, I was like, that doesn't matter.
It's way
not always, but most of the time it almost never matters unless you're, like, really good or really bad, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, appreciate you guys tuning in. Check us out, idol.identifiers on Instagram to stay up to date. Like and subscribe here on YouTube. Episode 5 is coming soon. Matt, Richie, thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you guys in a future season. Your journey isn't done yet officially. Come on, give them a chance.
I'm going to be back.